As a YouTube content creator, you might obsess over your view and subscriber counts, and because of that, it could cause frustration or lack of motivation, especially if you're not getting the results that you want out of YouTube yet. So because of that, we're going to talk about how to stop obsessing over your views and subscriber counts and focusing on things that are a lot more important when you're first getting started. And we're starting right now. This video is brought to you by my website, bestcreatortools.com. Our question today comes from Kennate Palmatier, and they say, what helps you stop obsessing about views and subscribers and just continue to create good content that will naturally bring viewers? This is a great question because a lot of YouTubers completely obsess over views and subscriber counts, and they don't focus on the thing that you're talking about, which is creating good content that's going to naturally bring viewers into what it is that they're doing. So let's talk about that. Let's unpack this whole thing and talk about how to stop obsessing and focus more on the things that matter. So the very first thing to keep in mind when you're uploading content to YouTube is that when you are obsessing over views and subscribers, it can really do a number on your brain in terms of lack of motivation, just frustration and things like that. But if you start redirecting your energy into things that will actually cause views and subscribers to happen, then it changes things up here for you and just changes your experience overall on the platform. So what does that look like? If we're completely honest about it, it's going to be difficult to not pay attention to your view counts and subscriber counts because that is part of creating content, and that's also part of just being able to validate the response that you're getting on YouTube and the efforts that you're putting into what it is that you're doing. So we're not going to fool ourselves and say that, hey, just don't look at your view and subscriber count, because you're still going to look at your view and subscriber count. But in addition to that, the things that you should really be focusing on when it comes to your YouTube channel is learning how to create the content that Kennate here was talking about. So when you are publishing videos to YouTube and you're not getting the view counts that you want right out of the gate, it usually comes down to you just not knowing how to get that response out of people yet. You're not able to get them to click at the rate that you would like. You're not able to get them to enjoy your content at the rate you would like. And because of that, that means that you have a deficiency in the skill sets that are required in order to generate that response. Or you've just made videos on topics that people are not interested in, but topic selection is also a skill set. But if you really want to get results on YouTube, I'm going to tell you the things that you need to focus on instead of just focusing on views and subscribers. First, learn everything that you can possibly learn about creating and editing your content. The reason that this is important is because on YouTube, the thing that actually matters, the thing that's going to move the needle for you more than anything else that you can possibly do, any tip or trick or anything like that, the thing that really matters is the actual content, the experience that people are having when they're interacting with your stuff. And even though there's a lot of complicated moving parts in all of this, it's really simple. If you make content that people enjoy on YouTube, more people are gonna see it. If you can get them to click and you get them to enjoy the content, more people are gonna see it. If you cannot get them to click, or you cannot get them to enjoy the content, or a combination of the two, then less people are gonna see it, or maybe nobody is going to see it on YouTube. So instead of focusing on views and subscribers, focus on how well do I know my editing software? What videos am I watching to learn how to edit better? How much am I studying other YouTube channels to see how they're putting their videos together so that I can implement some of their tactics into what it is that I'm doing to possibly create better content for the people that I'm trying to reach. Another thing to obsess about is the topics of your videos. Sit down and write out a big long list of all of the videos that you want to make, and then start thinking to yourself, okay, out of all of these videos that I want to make, what is a really great fit from this list? What videos are a fantastic fit for the people that I'm trying to reach, for the community that I'm trying to create around my YouTube channel? Out of all of these video ideas, which ones would be the best fit for the people that I'm trying to reach, and also be content that I'll really enjoy making? You also want to make sure that you're obsessing over thumbnails. And the reason that you want to obsess over thumbnails and titles, but we're going to get to that in a minute, but the reason that you want to obsess over thumbnails is because if you can't get people to click, then you're dead in the water. Like, you can't move forward if you can't get people to click. It doesn't matter how good your video is. If you can't get people to click on it, nobody's ever going to know. So because of that, you also have to obsess over learning how to make great thumbnails, not just good thumbnails, but great thumbnails for the people that you're trying to reach that will get them to stop in their tracks and click on what it is that you're doing so that they can see those awesome videos that you're making. And for that one, there are tons of videos on YouTube about how to make thumbnails. So just go and watch a bunch of those videos. They're going to share with you tools and resources and all that stuff about making thumbnails on your channel so that you can learn what's important. But I'm going to give you a quick crash course. First, you got to make sure that your thumbnail grabs attention. And what I mean by that is you got to make sure that you're using colors that will grab attention. You got to make sure that you're using imagery that grabs attention. 2, you got to make sure that your thumbnails help the people that you're trying to reach identify that the content that you're making is for them. 3rd, you got to put together a reason in your brain of why the people that you're trying to reach would respond positively to the thumbnail that you're making. So you need to be able to define, if this was to show up on a home page, why would this be interesting to the people that I'm trying to reach? Why would this be important to the people that I'm trying to reach? And keep working on it until you can define it. In addition to that, you want to use as little text as humanly possible if you use text at all. Experiment with text, experiment without text. If you do use text in your thumbnails, try to keep it to a minimum, because you're not trying to tell the entire story. You're not trying to write a book in your thumbnail. You're just trying to give context to what the video is about or bring attention to a specific thing in the thumbnail. The next thing you want to obsess over is your titles. And the reason you want to obsess over your titles is because your thumbnail is one thing, your title's another thing, and they also work together as a team to win the click for you. Your thumbnail in your video might be awesome, but if your title muddies up the experience by making it unclear what the video might be about, or just by being a mess of a title or not structured correctly, then you're going to impact your click-through rate, which then will in turn mean less people are going to be viewing your videos. So you should be obsessing over titles. Look all over YouTube and look at all of the different ways people title their videos in your niche and outside of your niche as well. Look at all of the different ways people are titling their videos and all of the different ways that people are grabbing attention on YouTube, and try to figure out how you can apply some of that to what it is that you're doing. Here's some quick tips. It's helpful to have a keyword of some kind in your title for the sake of the system getting context, and also for the human beings that are looking around YouTube looking for stuff to watch. In their brain, when they see a specific keyword or a specific word in your title, it just helps them understand what it is that your video is about so that they can know it's something that they're interested in. If you're using a keyword in your title or any way that you're expressing to the viewer what it is that your video is about, you want to make sure that the thing that the viewers care about the most is as close to the front of the title as possible, because YouTube cuts off titles in some places on the platform. So because of that, you want to make sure that the important stuff, the thing that matters to the viewers and helps the viewer have context, you want to make sure that that stuff is not getting cut off. And keep in mind, when you are using keywords, it doesn't necessarily have to be the specific thing that you're talking about. It can also be related to the thing that you're talking about. So in my case, because you're watching this video right now, typically I'll have like YouTube or YouTuber or YouTube channel, something like that in my titles. But in this one, I'm going to have the words views and subscribers, but that's still works because you're a YouTuber and you are interested in views and subscribers. Therefore, that's helping you identify that this video is for you. Next, obsess over your audio. Audio is half of the video experience, and because of that, it is super important to have good audio on YouTube. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to at least be to where people can clearly hear and understand what it is that you're talking about in your videos, so that there's no confusion, because there's a gazillion videos on YouTube, and out of those gazillion videos on YouTube, you have competitors. And out of those competitors, there's going to be other people who make videos like yours that have good audio. So because of that, somebody has the option to watch their videos with good audio to where they have a better experience, or your videos with lesser audio to where they're not going to have as good of an experience. Therefore, it's really important to make sure that your audio is on point so that you can tap into the good experience that they want to have and give them that good experience. The next thing you should focus on as a YouTube content creator is just education in general. So when it comes to YouTube, you have to learn how to make videos, you have to learn how to edit videos, you have to learn how to upload them and optimize them and all that. You have to learn how to present on camera, or even if you're doing animations, you got to learn how to present with your voice. And all of these things take time to get better at, and we can all get better at all of them. In addition to that, YouTube and how people are consuming content is constantly changing. So constantly educating yourself on what's going on and the camera that you're using and the lighting that you're using and learning how to present better and like all of these things, if you focus on obsessing on just learning more, you are just going to become a big knowledge base on how to do all this stuff properly. But you also have to apply what it is that you're learning, so we can't skip that part. Another thing to make sure that you're keeping in mind when you are uploading videos to YouTube and you're looking at the views and subscribers that you're getting and you're comparing yourself to all these other channels that are getting all of these amazing results is that when you first start a YouTube channel, you might be thinking like, hey, as soon as I publish this video, I'm gonna get tons of views like all these content creators that I'm watching. But in reality, those content creators that you're watching, they might've been doing this for a really long time. They might've been doing this for a year or 6 months. So where they're that far ahead of you in terms of the skills that they have. And because of that, they've got a bunch of videos on their channel already, and they've already got some momentum going because they've learned over that time how to make content that their audience responds to better. That's why you see that content when you're looking around YouTube. But when you're first getting started, you don't have all the information on your channel yet for YouTube to properly determine exactly who might be the perfect fit for the content that you're putting out, where those channels might. So because of that, there's some differences there, but at the core of it all, it's really that those channels just have more videos that are driving their channel. YouTube has more data on those channels, knowing who is a better fit for their content and all of that. And that kind of stuff is really out of your control. So when you're expecting at the time of publish to get millions of views or tens of thousands or hundreds of views on your videos, but you haven't went through that process yet of learning how to make the good content, then, you are creating that frustration for yourself by expecting those results when you haven't went through the process of focusing on or obsessing over the things that I was talking about previously in this video. But here's something that's really important. When it comes to YouTube, the views and subscriber thing, it is important because, you have to get views in order to get subscribers. You have to get views in order to generate revenue. You have to get views in order to grow a community. You have to get views in order to have an impact of any kind. So because of that, being mindful of the views and subscribers is important. However, it's way better to focus on the things that you have the most control over, which is skill development and just trying to learn how to understand YouTube and all of the different moving parts so that you can produce content that people really enjoy, and then they'll come in and watch that content and subscribe to your content naturally because you've made an awesome experience for them. So make sure that you think of the viewer first, the experience that they're having and the content that they would most likely respond to because it's something that they care about. Think about that stuff first more than you are expecting views to come in just because you uploaded a video. To learn how to use some tools that will help you better make content for your YouTube channel, click into this playlist right here. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.